Patters, how are we doing? It's Monday, November 10th. Welcome to another episode of Serving Our Futures. We've got 2 days off, a lot of staff has 2 days off this week. You all get 2 days off too this week from classes, right? Right, tomorrow, and then Values Day on Thursday. Well, intramurals, we take 5 days off during homecoming week, so y'all can do your thing. But that does require us to do our thing this week. So we do have a lot of great games all week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Don't miss out. But this episode of Serving Our Futures, we're going to cover a game that happened last week, that SigEp PIKE game. It's been on YouTube. If you're not familiar with what we're doing on YouTube, I suggest get familiar. I wish I could record everybody's game and put them up there, but I only can do so much with what I got. But that game is on YouTube. I just finished watching it, and there are about 10 plays that I want to cover to help our referees, help our players, help our spectators with a better understanding about how decisions are made in this intramural sports program at Stetson University. So that's what Serving Our Futures is all about. Let's get into it. I think there's about 10 plays. It won't take too long. All right, here we go. Okay, one of the big things I teach to my staff is presence and command and positioning. So here we have fourth down. SigEp has to get to this near zone line to gain. It's the most important down. So line judge has one sideline. Our field judge, I want you on the zone line to gain 2. And right here, you can see he's about 10 yards from the zone line to gain. This is too difficult from our line judge on the far sideline to get. So our help has to come from this field judge, and it's really close. Let's take another look at it, and I want him right at this pylon. And I think he's in a dependable position to make this call. And then stay with the players. Walk them back. Make yourself available. We just do not have any presence on this play whatsoever. But now that we see this and see how we look like on film, and when this happens to us again, we'll know where to stand. And even if we got this correct, we weren't in a dependable position to get this correct every time. Hope this helps. Let's get to the next one. Okay, we are early in this game. First possession for SigEp. Contact on the line of scrimmage is what we're talking about. The rule is you have to stay within the frame of your shoulder. So let's rewind this back. Eyes on Noah. The initial contact's at the torso, which is great, and the defense is going to try and go around him. And as he does, his arms stick way out wide. And it's obvious, right? As you see, he's trying to get around him. He's not letting him. We don't flag this. So this puts us in a position where we now are promoting this for the rest of the game. And we have to adjust because the players need to adjust. This is not within our guidelines. Back judge right here. Hey, the camera even went to him. He's so far out in outer space, the camera's like, hey, where's our back judge? There he is. He's Vince. He's great. We just hired him. This may have been his first game. Vince, this is where I want you to be a back judge. All right? I want you to stand here and then adjust with the play as you need. Hope this helps. Get to the next one. Okay, a couple of things to learn from this play. First, it's an illegal contact penalty that we take. And it's there. Rhythm, speed, balance, quickness is the guideline. And if there's an advantage, disadvantage, and there is, extended arms, you can't do that. Knocks his balance. He's unable to get pressure on the quarterback. The penalty is there. See, this is the first one that we get. We've now introduced this into the game, right? We've promoted it with the 2 plays before that we passed on. But we get this one. Now it's up to the players to adjust. What we do wrong is where we begin to count this yardage off. 10 yards, and Brandon is our referee. He's taking it from the line of scrimmage line, the previous spot, the line of scrimmage. But since it was on the offense and it happened behind the line of scrimmage, we're supposed to take it from that spot behind the line. So game of inches, and it does matter. Game of inches, every inch matters. And I think that we're off by about 1 yard. Right? That red dot right there, that's the line of scrimmage. The contact is happening behind that. The yard matters. All right, next play. Okay, a small detail. Just micro dotting, just that detail that really nobody sees, but I do, and I think it matters. Whose play is this? Line judge or field judge? Yes, it's the field judge. Got a whistle. Good. I need more. I need that arm straight up in the air. I need a stronger whistle. I need you to come onto the field. I should be able to hear your voice. He's short or touchdown. One of the two. Come onto the field and you're going to chop in your line judge, which he did. Just want to elevate that presence, right? To build more credibility for when the plays get tougher than this one. You got deposits into your piggy bank of trust, right? And when those moments happen, you have less fires to put out with the players. That's all. That's it. I believe this is Pike's second possession now. We've introduced the illegal contact penalty. Like, that becomes important. We have to know that we just introduced that on this previous possession. So, gotta stay consistent, right? We're gonna take a look at this replay. Yes, there's an illegal contact on the field. It's on the line of scrimmage. I'm going to show you, we're gonna watch Manny. He's one of the best blockers in the league. I think he's one of the best blockers that I've ever seen in this league. And this probably isn't penalty if it wasn't for what was called the 4, right? You got to beat him to the spot. And I'm going to freeze it right here. He doesn't beat him to the spot, and he's going to continue to go to his side. He bumps his balance, which takes him out of position to get to the quarterback. And this becomes a penalty, 10 yards from the spot of the foul because it happened on the line of scrimmage. Okay, here we are several minutes later in the first half. SigEp in the red zone. You're going to see they're going to punch it in for their first points of the game. They'll take the lead. Nice quarterback scramble. Logan Maurice, he's new to SigEp, making his presence known. Take a look at the back judge right here. Oh, excuse me. I already missed it because I got excited about Logan. All right, well, we're going to have a replay. I want us to see that the back judge puts up his arms for a touchdown. It's not his play. This play is the line judge and the field judge because they got the best view on whether that ball breaks the plane at the time when, those flag belts are being ripped off. So if line judge actually has him short, and somebody sees the back judge put his hands up, what do you think the participants are going to do? They're going to start using that back judge against Will and the rest of the crew. Well, he's got a touchdown. How can you not have a touchdown? And at that point, I think what I say is we broke ourselves into jail, right? Or we put ourselves into the soup. There's no way getting out of this. So we have to build discipline and understanding that the right whistle needs to come from the right referee at the right place. If we don't do that and we get caught by surprise on what our partner is calling, we've blown up our credibility and put our crew into that soup. So I hope this helps. Back judge, you're calling the end line, right? Maybe in the corners. That's what you're doing on the red zone. That's when your whistle's coming out. That's when your signal's coming out. A moments later, we've got several penalties now. Illegal contacts on the line of scrimmage. We haven't had that first dead ball penalty until now. Now we introduce an encroachment. Going back to the last episode, all the obvious, get the mosquitoes out of here. Keep it simple. See it for yourself. What do you think? Does the defense cross his cone before the action of the snap? I don't think so. I think it's close. I don't want to call things that are close, unless we've already been calling it. The first thing we introduced to always be obvious. So now the referee is reporting his penalty, and the defense, he's antagonized by this. And he keeps on jabbering the referee as he's reporting. He's taunting the referee as he's trying to go about doing his job. It's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. We can't allow it to happen. I understand that we introduced a mosquito and that we probably won't be consistent with this throughout the game. I understand that you're frustrated, right? And I think in this situation, we created some of that frustration. For what? It wasn't for an elephant. Okay, we have this terminology that we use called incidental contact when opponents are in legal position when contact happens, and this is what I think we have behind the line of scrimmage. I think that the referee, even with the amount of illegal contacts that we have, this is a good one to let be. I think they're both in an illegal position. And we could keep calling it, but maybe this decision right here can get us back on track, right? And to start maybe allowing some of that gray area stuff to go. This is a tough decision, knowing that what our catalog is up to this point, right? So I like this no call. I can see why some of you might, no, keep calling it. Well, think about what that could lead to later in the game, right? When we have a penalty on every single play, how would you feel about it then? Okay, at this point, we are late in the game. Pike is knocking on that door. They get a touchdown here. They take the lead. This is one of my favorite plays of the year. Talking about redemption. A great play by SigEp. A great play by the quarterback. I'll show you. Get ready. Get set. Pop that popcorn, baby. Here we go. Quarterback takes the snap. He's going to roll out. Throws it. Clean catch, interception. Here we go. Off to the races. Screen block is good. I love this no call right there. And that's the play. That's the quarterback who threw the interception but comes back. And look at this diving play. Saves the game. I understand that he threw an interception. Going back to redemption. What a play, sir. What a play. Great job. And actually, I don't even have anything to comment by the refereeing. We're good, baby. We're good. Okay, here we are. We are at the end of the episode. This is the last play, last drive for SigEp. And it is a game of inches. Will, our line judge, fantastic job. He gets to the zone line to gain. He backs up. I like that's what he does the most. The further we get away from the action, the slower it appears, right? If I move my hand like this at the same speed right in front of my face, this is really hard. But as I move my hand further away, I'm able to make out some of my fingers, right? It's the same kind of idea. So when we take a look at this replay, that's what Will is going to do. As his play is coming towards him, he's going to be backing up, but he stays on the zone line to gain. And he is the only one on the field that is going to be able to make a dependable call. I'm going to freeze it right there. Look, that nose of the football does not break that line. That belt is off. And what? It's just discipline. Will's been doing this for a couple of years now. Now, this is what I don't like. That spot. Look where his spot is. Look where he puts down the cones. Okay. All right. It was closer than that spot. And the cones have to be a yard apart from each other. And I think that we're kind of not game of inches. This stuff matters. We need a better spot. It needs to be closer to the line. You feel me? All right, so that does it for this episode of Serving Our Futures. Thank you to everyone who stayed with me. Staff, you saw the memo before this started. You know what to do, and I'll send you a receipt once I get that email from you. Great action this week, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, 10 o'clock, main event, must-see TV. We got a great volleyball game, too, happening between Alpha Z and Alpha Chi. Regardless, wherever this week takes you, be safe out there, especially on Tuesday and Thursday, right? Have fun, and I'll catch you next week. All right. Go Hatters!